Alright guys, it's Hank here, and we're going to do a quick little video on tagging and some tagging basics. Let me bring up my opacity a little bit here so you guys can actually see me. Okay. And right now we're looking at my mod list. And what I would like to do is add a couple of things. I love explosives and I like a wide variety of explosives. So I'd like to add Gentech grenades, and I'd also like to add glow sticks redo. And there's also probably a little bit, or more than a little bit, I'm really going to want to do with remote explosives to try and correct that and make that a little bit better, make it more usable, so it's not quite so useless and kind of out of whack. 2 pounds of C4, it's ridiculous. You could use a half a pound of C4. And in this tutorial we're talking about tagging, so we're not going to get too far out, but I just wanted to basically make the point of why that's important. Okay, you'll see some of my additional weapon mods in the game are up here in my load order. P220, the hunting shotgun, the Doom Mac, Chinese rifle, the service rifle, the binoculars. Okay. And then below that, there's this very specific order of better explosives and all these things that are attached to better locational damage. And if you think your load order kind of like this, the things that are below in load order are the things that are going to overwrite or override the things that are above it. So you want your patches to be at the very end. Now, VIS stands for Vladisil's inventory sorting. And basically what that does is it creates groups for the for your HUD to organize your mods. So it's a lot cleaner than it is in vanilla. So it actually breaks down into chems, it breaks down into food, it breaks down so you don't just have this giant cumbersome inventory. A lot of work has been done by the modding community to make the Pip-Boy a lot more efficient, because there's so many different pieces of equipment that you can use in Fallout. Okay, so all of this right now is not really important. I'll get into it a little bit later, because right now we're just kind of going over the basics. Okay. And here are the reference points. So you would have, it basically breaks down into aid, and then you would have 8 items that are healing items. You have 8 items that are chem items. You have 8 items that are drink items. 8 items that are food items. 8 items that are ingredients, devices, miscellaneous devices, software, miscellaneous. So you see how it begins to break down in the different sections of your inventory on your Pip-Boy. Okay, armor and clothing, weapons. Okay, so it's got, this is one component of 3 components that create a tag. Okay, so you've got your icon definition, which is basically going to show you what the icon looks like. So med is right here. Okay, so it's going to give you this little doctor's bag looking sort of thing. If you type in med, or rather, excuse me, the keyword aid is going to deliver a med icon. And the reason that they use different names is because there's a variety of things that you might want to bring up the med icon for. Okay, so if we were going to go ahead and take a look at if we wanted the alcohol we need to use the liquor keyword. So let's see, liquor, I would think would be ALC. Okay, so that's going to give us the ALC. All right, because that's the icon. All right, kind of simple stuff here. Ammo, fuel. All right. So you can get a look at what of all the different types of icons that are available to you when you want to name your own or tag your own items in game, which I think is very nice, because sometimes you want things to look a certain way. Like, for example, the W rifle or the 308. I use the keyword 308. Okay, if I use the word 308, I'm going to end up with this W rifle here. Okay, and it doesn't have a scope on it. All right, my sniper rifles have scopes on them. I don't need this right now. We actually need these images. Okay, these are the Iconlibs 2.2. All right, mine are a little less colored because that's just how I like mine set up. But I would like to have mine with a scope on it. Okay, so I would be looking for the W hunting rifle as to however I wanted to name it. All right, or I may even choose something different. See if something particularly strikes my fancy. Okay, because there's a whole lot of new selection here. You know, clearly that shotgun is going to be very different than the sawed-off. I'm kind of looking for another scoped weapon. You know, really, even the pipe rifle, I think, would be just fine, kind of, to represent a sniper rifle. So, how would I tag that? Okay. I'd be looking for anything that gave me W pipe rifle as the icon. So, icon. And it would probably be easy to go to the weapons. CNW, lever action rifle. Okay. AK, minigun, W rifle, combat rifle, hunting rifle. So if I typed in the keyword 300 Win Mag, or the keyword 308 Win, I would have the hunting rifle with the scope, like this. Okay. All right, so you get shotgun, and it can also give your weapons a little character in the game. Okay. Now there is loads of ammo that you can add into the game, where you can make a different round for virtually every type of weapon in existence. I just find that to be cumbersome and unnecessary. In real life, in a post-apocalyptic situation, you're going to find basically 5.56 or 2.23. You're going to find shotgun shells. You're going to find 9mm rounds. You're going to find maybe some 308. Definitely a lot of 22. So, all right, we're just kind of scrolling through here. All right. So I bet it's probably right around in this area. Got nuke, W the deliver, so if we type in deliverer, so if I have a silence pistol, I can use deliverer. Okay, and all this will be posted over on my Steemit. Make it real easy, so you can check it out. You don't have to dig through the depths of your file, way on down deep in your data file to find what you're looking for. Okay. For whatever reason, I'm probably missing the very thing that I'm actually looking for. Which was the W pipe rifle. So let's actually use our brain here. There is a nifty little trick that people use. It's called Control F. W underscore pipe. Okay. W underscore pipe. Rifle, laser pistol, AK, lever action, rifle, Gauss, minigun, rifle. Laser rifle, one-handed, rocket, plasma pistol. Lever action, rail, combat knife, one-handed. I think it just likes to hide from me here. Or maybe I don't have a full version or an updated version, which I need to go and pull, which is always a possibility. Or I could just be missing it. Either way, we'll go ahead and use I'll use the hunting rifle, because that's what I want for that, and I'll use deliverer for something else. So hunting rifle, I think, was if I wanted hunting rifle, I can use 308 win. Okay. Alright, so let's pop over in game and kind of check that out. And I'll run through a tutorial about merge plugins right here. And we'll work on this once I get all the explosives loaded and tested like I'd like. Okay. All right. Just needs a second to boot. And since I'm in good neighbor. It's kind of an, I guess, just probably a pretty good opportunity just to pop over and at least demonstrate how this works. And I'll just rename a couple of things to basically just show you guys how easy tagging is if you want your own look inside the game. Now, if you want to get a little bit more in depth and you want to go actually into the mod and write the tag out for that, that's what Radrose does, and Bianca and the rest of the team over there that deserve a lot of credit for making all of our lives a lot easier when it comes to having Pip-Boys and inventory systems that work. Okay. This is our inventory system thanks to them. Alright, it's broken down. Whereas before, all of it was just jammed together. Okay. I've elected to go with this kind of a lighter color. I don't like those super bold colors. But see how devices are broken down? You know, it just makes it very easy. Instead of having it all crammed together. You know, food. Alright, ingredients. It would just be... truly before, it was just an absolute mess. Okay. None of it had icons. None of it had these graphics over here. Okay. So they've really done us a solid. And that's one thing you really got to appreciate about the modding community. You know, picking up where Bethesda left off, you know. So.
Anything at all.
Help me get to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize this channel. Start kicking money over to the mod authors. Alright.
Huh?
So, let's just make it a regular hunting rifle. Let's just go and see, and you would see what regular 308 would be. Okay, took the scope away. Alright, and now I want 300, let's do, 300, okay, see how I got the scope on it? And now say I want this pistol here, because it's suppressed, and maybe I want it to have that suppressor icon. And now I got that nice suppressor icon. Say I want to make my AR-15 look a little bit more like a combat rifle. Try a lot of different things. Let's go with .223, because 223 is basically the same thing as 5.56. But it did for a pistol. So let's do let's try just a standard 5.56. And it just gave me a rifle-looking thing. That's my controller dying on me here. Let's try 7.62. millimeter. That's going to give you kind of an AK look. Alright, so there's all kinds of different things that you can do to get in here and really mix things up. Alright, if I had a shotgun, well, let's just show, you know, just to demonstrate a couple of different things. This would be the shotgun.
Most folks are just looking for a hand. All we gotta do is offer.
See that? So let's try, I forget what the, already forgot what the name for, the one-handed machete keyword was. So let's just fool around here, and let's say if we wanted, let's just make it look, let's choose the keyword shroom. Alright, so that's how you can kind of play around with your own inventories as you'd like. Like, maybe I don't want eyewear, I want, let's see if there's a binocular. Nope, there isn't. So, you kind of need to go through the list that I'll provide over there on Steemit. And you just kind of highlight the things that you want to look at, because there's just so many different ways to do it. So many ways to get different icons. So let's try, let's see what we can find here. Yeah, let's do raid. It's going to give me anarchy. So it's all up to you. And of course I don't want to save anything really. Okay. And I'll pop you guys over to Steemit real quick. So you can see what's over there. And it's a lot of cool stuff, you know. You got all your modding resources. I took screenshots. You know, you've got your just a little bit of commentary on all these types of different things, where to find it, load order guides, resources. Okay, so just to kind of help you find, take a look at some screenshots and, you know, what's compatible and what's not compatible. So I try and keep it fairly well updated. You get your fall load orders. This obviously is a very old one. Okay, need some updating. And then fun little exercises like spot the sniper, which I think are kind of fun. So you would do your take your image and you could open in a new tab. It's kind of like a wallpaper if you want. You're trying to figure out where the sniper is. Okay. And you get progressively closer. Okay, have you spotted the sniper yet? Okay. And progressively closer. And you can see the reflection off of a scope there. And progressively closer till the point you would pretty much be dead. And then So they kind of make fun wallpapers. I'll show you guys how to do really good screenshots. Takes some time to do that, but it's well worth it, especially if you do a lot of modding on the graphics. Okay, so steam.com at hankmcgurk. Catch a lot of different things over there. So that's I'll make sure that this comes up on Steemit, so you guys have these resources here. And then as long as you have the proper mods, which would be Radrose, and we'll do a greater tutorial, greater in-depth tutorial on that pretty soon, once I refresh my memory on creating these merge plugins, because that's not something I want to screw up. Okay, so I always like to double check my work and triple check my work. So it's been Hank. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'm usually pretty good helping you put things together. So maybe save you some of the trial and error, some of the mistakes that I've made over the course of the years trying to build the ultimate Fallout experience. Okay. All right, it's been Hank. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.